Welcome back, students. During this class, we will study about Newton's second law of motion, which is the most important law and which is applied different so many times in physics to calculate number of physical quantities. It is playing some most important role in physics. Before this law, we have started with dynamics. We, then we have discussed about force, inertia, and momentum. After these topics, during the next class, we have studied about Newton's first law of motion. We have discussed about the statement of the law. Then we have discussed about the mathematics of Newton's first law of motion, how mathematically you will explain Newton's first law of motion. Then we have done explanation for Newton's law of motion, first law of motion. Then we moved up to the inertia and we have discussed number of examples to understand Newton's first law of motion. Hope you people have done it. Now today we are studying about Newton's second law of motion. And what is the Newton's second law of motion? Before we go to the Newton's second law of motion, think or vision and think or vision at the same time in the universe. The same is happening thousands of times and we are not paying attention. When you are studying laws, these laws are basically same times. These laws are applicable. There are a number of thousands of examples where these laws are functional or working. Now let's start with the statement. Statement is whenever a net external force acts on a body, it produces acceleration in the body in the direction of the force, and the acceleration is directly proportional to force and inversely proportional to the mass of the body. So this is the statement of Newton's second law of motion. And after this, I'm repeating it again. Whenever you apply force on a body of mass, you are applying some force at a body of mass, and this force will produce acceleration in the body. Acceleration produced is directly proportional to the force and inversely proportional to the mass. If the same boy or the kid is applying force on a 1 kg mass, and now this mass is replaced with 100 kg, of course, when the mass is increased, the force will be less. So this is the relation. More is the mass, more is the force required to produce the acceleration. Less is the mass, less force is required to produce the acceleration in the mass. So if you keep the mass constant, what will happen then? What will be the relation of this force with the acceleration? You take the same football, you apply a little force, it will produce less acceleration. You kick it hard, it will move with a faster speed. Then, of course, the more acceleration will be produced. This is the mathematical form of this law. Consider a force F acts on a body of mass m to produce acceleration. So this is the force F which you have applied on a block or any object to produce acceleration. More you apply the force, more the acceleration will be produced. Mean you are playing football, less you apply the force, less will be the acceleration. More you apply the force, more acceleration will be produced. But if you replace that football with iron ball, of course, you will observe what will be then acceleration. Less will be the acceleration. If you increase the mass, less acceleration will be produced. So combining 1 and 2, A directly proportional to more acceleration, more force, more mass, less acceleration will be produced. So mass is inversely proportional to acceleration. So A is equal to constant. To replace the value of proportionality sign, we use some constant, and this constant is basically K, and the formula now is F divided by N. K value of K are taken in such a way so that when 1 Newton force acts on a body of mass 1 kg and produces acceleration of 1 meter per second square, then the value of K is considered as 1. So this is the logic where you will write the final formula for the Newton's second law of motion. You will write F is equal to ma. There is no K. So then where the K goes, its value is taken by assuming the value of force 1 Newton applied on a body of mass 1 kg. and produces acceleration of 1 meter per second square, then at that time the value of k will be 1. And then when we put the value of 1, you take the SI units, put the value of 1, F is equal to ma. So this is basically Newton's mathematical form of Newton's first, second law of motion. F is equal to ma. F is equal to ma, F is equal to ma. So these are some examples to understand. So 100 Newton force applied on a mass body of 150 kg. So if you have increased the number of, and the dog is feeling it difficult to drag, difficult to produce, less force, more mass. Same mass, but the dogs are increased, force will be double, then it will be easier. Happily they will run. So it means that the more is the mass, more force is required to produce acceleration. Less is the mass, less will be the force required. But if the mass is more, single dog is used to drag, it will be difficult for her. But if you have increased the number of dogs, means you have increased 100 Newton by 200, then it will be easier for them to drag this mass. Similar is the case in case of a car. If there are 1, 2, or 3 people, one people is pushing or pulling the car, it will be more difficult to produce acceleration. But if you increase the number of the people to push the car, with the increase of the people to push the car, you are basically increasing the magnitude of the force. So it will be easier to move the car. But second law of motion, again the statement, when a pitcher throws a baseball, the harder throw, the more the ball accelerates, the mass of the ball stays the same, but the force increases. Mass is the same. Sometimes he throws slow, sometimes throws fast. This time he is throwing it fast. Why? Because the mass is same, the more acceleration will be produced. So this is the concept of Newton's second law of motion. First, we have discussed about the statement. Then we have discussed about on the basis of statement, the mathematical form, the most famous form of the mathematics. Then we have find out the formula. So here, this is the formula from where you calculate define 1 Newton force. Place here 1 and 1 meter per second square acceleration, 1 kg mass. So you will be getting 1 Newton. Means when a force is applied on body of mass 1 kg, it produces acceleration of 1 meter per second square, then the force acting will be 1 Newton. So this is the concept how to define 1 Newton. Then we have discussed number of examples to understand Newton's second law of motion. So this is mass. How will you understand what the mass is? This is the quantity of a matter in a body is called mass. And then you see it's a base quantity. It is mass is a scalar quantity. Mass is constant quantity, and SI unit of mass is kilogram. Mass can be measured with the help of balance, beam balance. It can be calculated by using formula F is equal to ma. M, if the force is given, how much force you have applied on a body, and it produces acceleration of how much meter per second square. What was the mass? You can calculate M. Simply, if you are told about the value of force, you are given about the acceleration produced, value of acceleration, then you can calculate the mass of that body. So Earth has 9.3 times more mass than Mars. So basically, if you take any type of object from Earth's surface to Moon's surface, number of particles of that body are not increased or decreased. So you sum up the mass of all the particles, it will be the mass of the object. So this is called quantity of a matter in a body. If you hold, uh, if you take a sealed tin, inside there is a liquid or fluid. The number of particles of that fluid are having some mass. That mass you measure at the surface of the earth. You carry it up to the moon surface, you will be getting the same number of particles. That is mass. Sometimes you mix up two terms together. One is mass, other one is weight. Weight is total different. You take the mass, multiply it with the acceleration due to gravity, then you will be getting the weight. Normally people think that this is the weight. It's not weight, it's mass. Mass is quantity of a matter. It is constant everywhere, anytime, wherever you move, your mass will be the same, but your weight may vary. So this is the weight. The downward force acting on a body towards the center of the earth is called weight. Another definition, the force with which Earth attracts bodies towards its center is called weight. This is basically force. If you hang up any type of the object with the help of a spring balance, this the force of gravity is acting on this apple. So this force is basically weight. It is measured with the help of spring balance. And normally, if the body is moving vertically, you see the force acting on the body will be gravity. Uh, Downward force acting on a body towards the center of the earth is called weight. Mathematically, this weight is calculated W is equal to mg. What type of quantity it is? Mass was base quantity, but it is a derived quantity because we have already discussed derived quantities are calculated by multiplying and dividing the base quantity. So this is base quantity, you're multiplying with another quantity. The resultant quantity which you are getting, that will be basically derived quantity. Its weight is a scalar physical quantity. Sorry, weight is a vector quantity because it has direction. It's a force. Where is the direction? Earth, towards earth. Earth is attracting bodies towards its center. So that's why the weight is vector quantity. Weight is a variable quantity because it's a force, and force varies from body to body, from body with the increase of the distance from the another body. So when you increase the distance, you are holding a magnet, and you keep moving magnet away from the iron pieces. So you will see that the force of attraction is decreasing. Similar is the concept of the weight. Weight is not constant. Weight varies. SI unit of weight is Newton. Weight can be measured with the help of spring balance. You will use spring balance to calculate the weight of any object, but you can use physical balance to calculate mass. So this is the mass and weight. So the mass of object was 10 kg, weight scale 10 kg. Now, what will be the weight? That will be